Mutual funds for the rest of us. Mutual funds can be confusing. They don't necessarily have to be. You're going to hear names like large cap growth and small cap value. Well, what does that mean? Well, I like telling analogies, so let's start. Let's say you are going shopping, going grocery shopping, and you're going for a full week. You're not going for just a few items, you're going for a full week, so you're going to get one of those really big shopping carts. So you get to the supermarket, and you first start with your fruits and vegetables, work your way around, you pick up your meats, dairy section. You like international foods, so you stop by the international aisle, pick up some Italian, some Indian, some Thai food. Excellent. Then you've been doing some research and you were learning things like soy and tofu and something called seitan. So you put that in your basket too. So very thorough. You get all the different types of groups that you want, and you take your cart over to the cashier, and you bring it to the cashier. Cashier checks you out, and she does all the bagging for you. And the cashier, she is amazing. Cashier takes all your vegetables, puts them in one bag. All of your fruits, totally separate bag. She does the same thing for the meats, the dairy, your international foods, and finally that crazy stuff we talked about, the tofu and the soy and the seitan, those alternative foods, puts that in a totally separate bag. When you walk out, all of your bags are grouped perfectly. That's a mutual fund. I know it sounds silly, but that's really a mutual fund. All a mutual fund is a bag of stuff, and that's really it. A mutual fund, let's say you come across this name, large cap growth. Oh, what does that mean? Well, basically, the mutual fund is the bag, and the large cap just represents the large companies of the world, and growth is just a fancy way of the analysts and people who review these different companies saying, hey, we think these companies have a chance to grow. Yeah, it's that easy. It really, really is. So you have all your different groceries, all right? So now let's say your fruits represent the large companies of the world, the large cap funds, and your vegetables represent the mid-cap funds, and you have your international funds, which are just different companies from all over the world. And then you have your alternative foods, you know, that soy and the tofu. Well, those are called alternative investments in the mutual fund world. So that could be things like energy and gold and other types of minerals. So yeah, it's really, really that simple. So just like when you go shopping, a lot of times you want to be diversified, all right? So you want to not just pick up a whole bag of vegetables and that's going to last you the whole week. Not that it can't, but a lot of times you want it to be diversified. So when you look at your mutual funds, you're going to look at it from that perspective. What kind of bag is this? Is this a bag of big companies? Is this a bag of medium-sized companies or small companies or alternative investments like energy and minerals, gold, silver? So that's really it. It's really, really that simple. The only thing I want to add now is, in the example I gave, well, you went shopping. The only other difference with the mutual funds is that someone does the shopping for you. So imagine you have like 4, 5, or 6 different people, and they'll say, hey, you know what, when you get to the store, we're going to have a bag of vegetables, or a bag of meat, or a bag of fruits already ready for you. You don't have to do anything. You just come, you pick them up, bring them to the cashier, and pay for them. And that's it. We're like, okay, well, what kind of vegetables do you have in that bag? Well, now this is where the different mutual fund manager or financial manager of that fund comes into play. Sometimes they're going to have a bag of stuff that maybe you don't like. Like maybe you don't like broccoli rabe, and they got a lot of broccoli rabe. So like, you know what, I don't like this mutual fund company. Instead, I'm going to look at another mutual fund company. And you say, well, they don't have broccoli rabe, which is great, and Well, unfortunately, they have too much of eggplant. I don't like eggplant. So then you look to another mutual fund company. And that mutual fund company manager is awesome. They have a lot of different variety of stuff in there, and they always keep things fresh. They're always keeping only the things that are in season and that are the freshest and best that that season has to offer. That's a mutual fund manager. The manager now prepares that mutual fund for you, and now you pick and choose which manager, which fund company you want to have your large cap growth or mid cap value or bag of international food or bag of fruits. It's really the same thing. I know it sounds silly, but it's really that simple. It's basically a bag of stuff. It's a bag of companies, a type of companies, whether it's large companies, mid-sized companies, small-sized companies, and then you have somebody that manages them for you. And then that person will determine which companies are going to be in that bag. And they're what is called actively managed. So it's like, for example, you go and you want to get your fruit, but the fruit that you get at the winter time is going to be different than the fruit you get in summertime, because stuff is going to be in season. Some stuff is going to be fresher. Some stuff, might be kind of, doesn't look too good. Maybe I don't want to go near it. I know it's silly, but it's really that simple. So, just to summarize, doing your portfolio is just like going shopping. It's just a bag of stuff. That's really all it is. And then it's up to you to do some of the research or have someone who works for you to explain it, what exactly is in that bag of stuff. And is what you're looking for the same thing in that bag of stuff? And that's where the details lie. Make sure you know what's in that bag. You don't want to just pick up some random bag at the grocery store and bring it home because it has vegetables in it. You want your type of vegetables, okay? Next video that I'm going to do, I'm going to get into the different types of what they call share classes. So now you know, okay, I know what a large cap growth fund is, but at the end of that it says, well, large cap growth A, and large cap growth B, and then it says large cap growth C. They all have the same stuff. Yeah, they all have the same stuff, but it's like going to the cashier. When you pay, do you want to pay by cash? Do you want to pay by check? Do you want to pay by debit card or credit card? It's kind of like that, which is really interesting as well. But I'm going to get into that in the next video. So, I hope that was helpful. You take care. Talk to you soon.